Welcome all, my dear brothers and sisters. There's a wonderful learning session which I want to welcome you all. As we told, every day from now, 5 minutes or 10 minutes or max 15 minutes, we will be connected to learn the latest developments. The journey from November 2020 examination to May 2021 examination. This particular, amendment session, whatever I'm going to take, both CA final and CA inter students, you can actually view this in a common platform because I'm going to deal chapter wise. In this aspect, first for the day, I'm going to take up the amendment happened with retrospective effect from 1st July 2017, but which was notified after your examination of November, made applicable to your May examination. Straight away, amendment to chapter number 2, supply. In chapter number 1, there is no amendment. The significant amendment happened in the last 1 year is Reorganization of Union Territories Act, resulting to reduction in the number of union territories and with state status and without state status. Anyone who want to have a look into Union Territory Reorganization Amendment in chapter 1, you can refer to our video of November 2020 amendment and the notes provided thereon. Right? And this notes, particularly whatever I'm going to present for inter students, the notes will be made available from today onwards. You can download it from the website. The website address will be given below. You can find below here the website address is www.shashwatacademy.com. Here you can go and download in the amendments column provided thereon. You can download, and for CA final, amendment notes will be made available in another 3-4 days. You can download it. Between both the stream of students, you can use this respective chapters amendment. Let's start straight away. Chapter number 2, supply minded. There is a significant amendment has been added. We have been sounding on this amendment. We have been saying on this amendment long back, but now the government seems to have listened to the various stakeholders. And here we go straight away. Schedule 2. My dear brothers and sisters, we all know the schema, the structuring of supply. Supply section 7 scope includes 4 subsections: 7 subsection 1, subsection 1a, subsection 2, and subsection 3. In the subsection 1a will be applicable only when a transaction quantifies as supply under 7 subsection 1. So only those which quantified as supply under 7 subsection 1 will be elevated to the next level called supply of goods or supply of services as per schedule 2, read with 7 subsection 1 capital A. And having said this, 7 subsection 1a has a limited number of items referred in schedule 2, which consists of only 7 paras. And now in that para number 4 there is an amendment happened, that too with retrospective effect. This amendment has been effected by Finance Act 2020, made applicable at the later part, but with retrospective effect. That's a very important update we want to register here. What is the amendment and what is the significance? It reassures the position. Para number 4 earlier, with respect to goods permanent transfer, either with or without consideration, it helps us to understand it should be treated as supply of goods. Whereas when it's not going to be a permanent transfer and temporary transfer of goods, then there was remained a question mark. And here we go. Whether it is a permanent transfer or otherwise. Now we are getting into a conclusion by way of removal of this particular statement, whether or not for consideration. So the stand earlier was whether transfer of assets, business assets from the business, no longer forming part of the business, meaning thereby it has been permanently transferred. So permanent transfer with transfer of ownership of the goods, whether or not for consideration, was treated as supply of goods made by the person. And no surprise, to bring the clarity, now they have removed the word whether or not for consideration, meaning thereby, so whenever there is going to be a transfer of goods, permanent transfer takes place of the goods, definitely which is part of business asset. So meaning thereby we have certainly taken the input tax credit. Such a goods, whenever it is transferred from the business, whether or not for consideration, see whether it is for consideration or not for consideration, this all will be decided in section 7(1) subsection 1 clause A and clause C, right? So without overriding that statement, that will be treated as supply of goods. So there is no new learning. It's a reconfirmation of our understanding. But the new learning comes in in part B of para number 4. I've been telling you time and again, whoever has attended my session earlier, I've been told you there is a draftsman error here, because schedule 2 cannot override schedule 1, or it cannot override subsection 1. Now schedule 2 para 4 clause B has been aligned and brought in line with, you know, the amendments, or brought in line with the spirit of scope of the word supply. What they have done now the temporary transfer without transfer of ownership of any of the business assets whose use alone has been transferred without, whether or not for a consideration, to be treated as supply of service. What does it mean? What is a significant amendment? Now the amendments, by removing the word whether or not for consideration, the bigger scope is this. See, previously there prevails a confusion. Section 7 1C, let's assume this transaction happened without consideration. If it happens with consideration, we have no problem. Section 7 subsection 1 clause A will apply, because all the 5 conditions are said to be satisfied. But if it happens without consideration, then the only authority to call it a supply is 7 subsection 1 clause C. 7 subsection 1 clause C says 4 activities specified in schedule 1 alone to be treated as supply, of which the first is permanent transfer. Nowhere temporary transfer is part of a picture. So there remained an anomaly. Even though there is no permanent transfer, can I treat it as supply? And previously we used to say it's provided, just proceed. Now they have brought in line. So by striking down this word whether or not for consideration, the law 7 subsection 1 7 subsection 1A read with schedule 2 now says its spirit of that subsection 1A prevails. What is the spirit of subsection 1A? Subsection 1A says only for a transaction which is classified as supply. Only when a transaction is qualified as supply, you have to come for schedule 2 on 7 subsection 1A to be further classified into supply of goods and supply of services. By striking down this word, now there is no anomaly. Now transfer of any goods temporarily for the use, for the personal use or any other purpose, we have to ask one question, whether it is supply as per 7.1 clause A, clause B, clause C. And only if it is supply under 7 subsection 1, you have to think about its furtherance into supply of goods and supply of services under clause subsection 1A and schedule 2. Where the reassurance goes on, it goes on this way, my dear, whether permanent transfer or temporary transfer. Now the question is remaining very simple. Is it covered by 7 subsection 1A? Then it is supply. No sir, it is not for consideration. Then we have to check whether it is covered by 7 subsection 1C. Only if it is covered by 7 subsection 1C, it is supply. If not, it is not a supply. Same way temporary transfer also. If it is done for consideration, no problem. It is covered by 7 subsection 1A. It is called as supply. And now because of its service nature, because all transfer of ownership not happen, we will call it as supply of service. Whereas if it is not for consideration, then we have to ask whether it is this transaction is covered by 7 subsection 1C read with schedule 1. And if the answer is yes, then it is a supply. If it is no, then it is not a supply. So the simple thumb rule is the anomaly, the simple cruxes, the anomaly or the confusion prevailed in schedule 2 read with 7 subsection 1A has been now abolished, and now the law has been made in line with the spirit. First it has to be supply, only then it has to be qualified, it has to be called as supply of goods or supply of services. Right, my dear brothers and sisters? So have this very simple. First it has to be a supply under 7 subsection 1 clause A, clause B, clause C. Only then you can reclassify or further classify that into supply of goods or supply of services as per schedule 2 read with section 7 subsection 1A. Right, my dear? That's the first amendment for your examination, and I hope and trust you are comfortable with it. I'm catching up with you the next chapter or next amendments in the upcoming sessions. Good day, my dear. Keep every day learning for updations and keep yourself completely positive. Everybody, my dear, enhancing yourself and upgrading yourself is a very, very important thing. Keep upgrading. Let's join together for a positive growth. Good day, my dear. Take care.